Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to bring this up a bit. So welcome to day 2 of me practicing stuff. It's been an entire day, so I feel like what I'm going to do is start with that loop again. But I want to quickly move on from there to assembling other tracks. Re-listening to it, I really still can't decide which I like more. Whether I want... I think Colossus was the other one, so it was either Fog or Colossus. Fog was the first one, even though it sounded a little too pretty for something like... I love the song, but it sounds like it might be too pretty for the style of music that the crowd wants at Organized Damage. But and then I heard something about how the XDJ-3000s, which I verified is what Organized Damage has, because I looked at the footage and I saw that they had all the hot cues along the top of the player, right below its screen, not to the side vertically. They had it horizontal, so that's how I know that it was the 3000. But someone said the 3000, the hot cues are very slow and very sluggish. But then I watched another video and they were going crazy. They were doing performance playing. They were tap 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 and playing all sorts of beats. So I don't know. Okay, I forgot that there was the Philly one. I forgot that's what that was. All right, well, all right. I really like that because when I was re-listening to my practicing, hearing the whole right here in Philly, right here in Philly, right here in Philly, it was getting way too repetitive. Maybe it was because I kept re-listening and I'm practicing, so I wouldn't play it that long. It was an hour-long video of me just working on the intro, so obviously you wouldn't listen to it for that long. But I kind of like that it's right here in Philly for a bit, and then it's just Philly, 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 Philly. Even though we've already heard Philly a bunch of times, hearing just Philly start to loop has a bit more of a refreshing thing to it. And I don't want to have it play throughout the drum and bass song for much. I really don't. Maybe for like 4, 8 bars, because when I was listening to the practice, having it continue to loop, it was like, okay. At a point, it was like, it looks like you're just super happy with yourself for what you did, but it doesn't really belong in there that long. You're just enjoying listening to the fruits of your labor, but... All right, so if we go with that song, I mean, it's not as energetic, which Like, I wanted to start out with a heavy thing, but maybe I should start a little bit lower. But I need to really get into the heavy stuff quick. So I don't want to, like, maybe the next song will be a heavier song. Maybe it'll be that let's try it. Just, you know, when I mix... Yeah, when I mix live, I tend to let the mixes go longer, and I'm trying to shorten them up some. Because sometimes it's like, oh, it doesn't sound like it was really that good, so why is it still going? And it's usually it keeps going because I don't want to just cut it off. It sounds like that would be too harsh. I'm like, oh boy, you know, I've dug my grave. I need to just live in it for a little bit and just try to gradually get out as slowly as possible. But then I listen back and it's like, I'm just pulling the Band-Aid off slowly. Just rip it off. Like, it's not working. It's clearly not working. And it would be better at that point to just end it than to just keep trying to slowly fade it out or fix it, you know. So let's try Colossus. Yeah, I was about to say that, like, that mix was going on way longer than I'd want it to. Maybe that's good, though, for if I'm doing it for the first time. I might be all jittery, and I'm still trying to learn the deck, so it'll give me time to get the next song queued up. But as I was mixing, I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to mix sooner. And then I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, you know what? These two breakdowns are lined up as they are. Maybe I'll just stick with that rather than letting this song build up to its next. So that's what I love. I love my double drops. That's my signature. Well, this is why we're practicing. We'll try it. We'll try it at the regular drops where they're supposed to be dropped. And I can use this time to play around with the other track, you know, bring it in, filter it, bring it back out, cut little beats in or something. Just play around with it till it's time to officially let it go. I don't know why only now I'm just realizing that these two songs aren't in key. That's another huge thing. I can't believe I'm not doing it in key. It sounds okay. Fog sounds like it has way more bass than the other one. I'm like I was fiddling with is the knob let's try it again. That's the fact that I didn't even really notice it right away that they weren't in key. I mean, I guess because these types of songs don't really have an obvious key. They're so grimy and dirty that you can get away with it, which I really like. I'm going to try this version where there's no bass on Fog for the entire time, and then I'll try it with only the bass from Fog and see which one sounds better when I listen back. I mean, it has its sound, but gonna leave the drums for both of them until the breakdown, and then I'm gonna cut out all the bass of Colossus. Because Colossus has a really nice kick drum here. Slowly bring it out. I'm cutting it to completely negative 26 on here. That sounds too tinny, so now I'm going to leave it at like the 9 o'clock position. That's obviously where I need to let the other song cut out completely, is when we get to... From this point on, I do want to have a song that's in key. And it's 4A. Everything's in 4A. I bet now it won't be, though. Not wild about a new kick drum starting right when the other track breaks down. It's too obvious. It's like a new drum has been introduced and it's left all alone to play by itself, basically. So it's like there's obviously a new type of kick drum playing now. If the kick drum comes in while something else is happening, another kick drum, it's harder to notice that there's something else happening. Filter might help. No, it all sounds a little too... Everything's... This track to this track, it's all sounding very spacey. Grimy, but spacey. I need something to get more punchier. Okay, I really like Voodoo. It's funny, I've only rated it 4 stars. Bones is grimy, a little spacey. That's like a club. Drop in the Ocean is like a massive main stage club song, which I still wanted to use. All right, Soldiers is chunky. I like Signal as well. All right, Signal is my number 1 choice so far. Oh my god, but it's not that... Oh, shoot. It wasn't the right note. All right, The Baddies is good. No. Oh, Voodoo is part of it? All right. Voodoo is not as heavy as The Baddies. And I said I wanted to jump right into the heaviest thing, but let's start with more of a gradual mix. We'll see. Voodoo doesn't have a drum that kicks in right at the breakdown, so that's good. Try that mix between Colossus and Voodoo again. Trying different ways of cutting out this sound of Colossus. So the mids are almost completely straight up, and the lows are at the 9 o'clock. Mids are at like 1 o'clock. Filter. The you can barely even hear the filter effect. All right, so I liked both Voodoo and the Baddies, so I'm going to go to the Baddies next. Voodoo I had rated 4 stars for some reason, which I love, and the Baddies is 4 stars. Well, the Baddies, that's got a heavy, crunchy, real drum. Like, it sounds like a real drum sample. Voodoo has got a very synthesized drum, and so does Contraband has somewhere right in the middle. Oh no, but then there's kind of like raga kind of spacey stuff going through it. Yeah, so it's not as heavy, I see. All right, brain functions. Let's try that. From Colossus to Voodoo, and then Voodoo to brain functions. Okay, way different. So I'm definitely gonna have to start this song before the breakdown. In fact, let's bring it way back. I mean, yeah, that works. I don't want to rush this, but do I want to look for something else other than brain functions to mix into voodoo? I guess I'll try bones. I'll try bones. It sounds like I'm already slowing things down again. Like, I wouldn't mind this breakdown at all at some point in the set, but not at the very beginning. It's like, oh, wait. I don't know. They have very similar wah 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 sounding bass lines. The wah wah. Very UFO-y, laser gunny. Wow 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 wow. I like the way they double drop together. I'm just not wild about that build up in between. It's a little too slow. The other one is more energized, but then again, it also has a completely different sound to it. So you really do have to start way early, and I might not have the chance to start that early. Let's try to mix these again. Voodoo into bones. It sounds like I'm DJing some witchcraft business. See, there was an example of I didn't know how to bring the track out gradually enough, and it was not sounding good, and I was still slowly trying to bring it out, and then I realized I just got to stop it. But let's... So in that mix, I had Voodoo cut out so much that I didn't even really notice that a double drop was happening. It sounded like I had just completely transitioned over to Bones. I would like to have a little bit of the double drop sound. I would like to hear both of the tracks. So let me do it one more time where I hear a little bit more of Voodoo and then figure out a way to bring it out faster without being abrupt and not in a messy way.
People talk about the funk, you know, but the funk is not something you can teach. Matter of fact, you can say it's in your bars.
Okay. Time to focus on much higher energy stuff. We got to get higher energy. Well, now the tracks are showing that I've played them already, but I don't remember which ones I've decided to actually do. Did I choose Thuggin' or did I choose Colossus? Or were those ones that I started to listen to, but then I switched over to something else? Oh, and in that last mix, I mixed it the wrong direction. Okay. I don't like the way the waveforms are looking. I feel like I might do it differently than what I'm about to do, but we'll listen.
Forward 100 men, marching, function, spread the word, light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge, soldiers, focus, the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, hard, focus, no resistance with the sound of the word, soldiers, 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 soldiers. Soldiers.
say it's in your blood.
Movement forward, 100 men marching, function, dread the word. Light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge. Soldiers, focus the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, all, focus, no resistance, heads feel the simulate the word. Soldiers, 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 soldiers. Resistance, text will assimilate the word.
See, I want to have those two songs going together, but keeping this do 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 still kind of, it brings the energy of the other one down a little bit. And the song called Soldiers. Soldiers brings the Bones track up in its energy a little bit, but Bones is also bringing Soldiers down. Soldiers brings Bones up, Bones brings Soldiers down a little bit. So if I want full energy, I really need to, when Soldiers kicks in, I need to just stay and just leave it on Soldiers and just don't ever bring Bones back in. That's the mix. But then I like to hear things together. I don't know. I'm going to try it one more time. There might be two more times, but I'm going to try it again, I mean. Not that I'm trying one more time and that'll be it. I'm going to try it again, and I'm just going to cut off Bones when it's time. When Soldiers drops, that's it. That's all we're going to hear.
People talk about the funk, you know, but the funk is not something you can teach. Matter of fact, you could say it's in your blood.
Movement forward, 100 men marching, function, dread the word. Light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge. Soldiers, focus the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, all, focus, no resistance, heads feel the simulate the word. Soldiers, 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 soldiers.
Fine, I'll just allow Bones to be a bit more in the mix during the mix, and when I want the songs to be playing together, I'll have Bones a little bit. I'll give it more of the bass, and then switch over. All right, so I will do it one last time in that way, and see how it sounds.
People talk about the funk, you know, but the funk is not something you can teach. Matter of fact, you could say it's in your blood.
Movement forward, 100 men marching, function, dread the word. Light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge. Soldiers, focus the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, all, focus, no resistance, heads feel the simulate the word. Soldiers, 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 soldiers.
From this point on, let's try and not worry about key and see how it sounds.
No resistance, heads will assimilate the word. Soldiers, focus the real, focus, cause, focus.
I really do want to play Hand Grenade. I need to play Hand Grenade, but it has rapping on it. It's 5 stars, and it's not in the same keys, which is great to mess with, but it's two people rapping.
The word, light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge. Soldiers, focus the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, all, focus, no resistance, heads will assimilate the word. Soldiers, soldiers, soldiers. Light, dark, harder, stronger, deeper, core, warrior, charge. Soldiers, focus, the real, focus, cause, focus, believe, focus, edge, focus, all, focus, no resistance, heads will assimilate the word. Soldiers, 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 soldiers. Intense will assimilate the word. Soldiers.
Interesting how it soldiers it ended. That was pretty good. Let's give that one more shot.
Soldiers.
Gotta wait for that part. At some parts, it sounds fine. I can hear that they're two different keys, but it's still working. And then other times, the two different keys sound like they're clashing. Whoops, I turned off the wrong track. Oh my god. I forgot how to double drop it to send it over here, but okay, the walkie-talkie talking is like so hard to hear, and it's like distracting because you can't hear. It's like, wait, what am I hearing? Is that something that's supposed to be happening?
I'm in the trenches, poison in the memory. Low with the way I wage war on the enemy. But sabotage held me like an entity. Pebble in my pattern camouflage, there's a friend to me, I'm sick. Ill, addicted to the life I'm in. I am the chemical definition of what I cycle with. Until I heard the voice of all enlightening, I guided it. Really cool to God as I was spiraling. the more I take, the more I break, the more I take, the more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. I was isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I kind of want the song to drop at that point when it's like really, really heavy. But
I'm in the trenches, poison in the memory, killer.
yeah, it sounds like I just hit start on something.
I'm in the trenches, poison in the memory, killer with the way I wage war on the enemy. But sabotage held me like an entity, pebble in my pattern camouflage. There's a friend to me, I'm sick, ill, addicted to the life I'm in. I am the chemical definition of what I cycle with. Until I heard the voice of all enlightening, I guided it, really cool to God as I was spiraling. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. I was isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Yeah, yeah.
There's a loud ass truck. I couldn't tell what was the bass.
Save yourself.
So I kind of liked taking out... Oh, here comes another loud car. Booming its bass. I kind of liked having the bass completely out of Hand Grenade until the really... wow sound, so...
I'm in the trenches, poison in the memory, killer with the way I wage war.
And the bang of Hand Grenade starting, I'm just lowering the volume a bit for that initial hit for this new song, so it's not so like, oh my god, something new is happening.
What I cycle with until I heard the voice of all enlightening, I guided it, really cool to God as I was spiraling. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. I was isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Isolated, cornered in the cell, those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Yeah, yeah. Save
Granted, I've got all these other songs that I just haven't even put into this playlist, so... Let's see.
No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out from the cell. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Now I feel power when I... Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself. Now I feel power. Take it, pull it, hold it up. Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out from the cell. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself. Take it, pull it, hold it up. Here comes the save yourself. The more I face to build my strength from where I came. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. I was
Okay, Slob worked, but I don't want to just go with the first one I try. Let's play around with other songs with Hand Grenade. Hand Grenade ends. I didn't realize it ended as it did. A little too much going on for the end. Maybe my cue points aren't where they really should be. I'm going to have Hand Grenade playing while I search for other songs so I can keep the feel of Hand Grenade in my ear while I queue up other songs and hear how they're sounding together.
the more I face to build my strength from where I came. The more I live, the more I face to build my strength from where I came. I was isolated, cornered in the cell. Those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Isolated, cornered in the cell. Those dark days with the damage that I dealt. Danger in the making, alone with no one else. I held the hand grenade, I had to save me from myself. Hold it up. Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself.
Lose Myself has nice little weird breaks. It's not just the same rhythm over and over, but this song that's currently playing doesn't have the rhythm over and over. There's a lot of stops. Chick, chick, restart, re-engage, go. So I need to get back into a steady rhythm.
From the cell, no more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out. From the cell, no more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Yeah, yeah. Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself. Take it, pull it, hold it up. Here comes the hand grenade.
All right, well, you know, out of all the songs that I have that are in my playlist of Energy 8 with anything that matches 6A, just going through them, they're either songs that are like the classic songs that I do want to get to, but they don't work in that moment, or yeah, they have weird rhythms, or it just didn't sound right in my headphones. So I actually think Slob is the best option. So I'm going to do it one last time, this mix, and then figure out where we go from Slob.
No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I... No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out from the cell. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Yeah, Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself.
Aside from Leo distracting me there, yeah, those two songs, I think Slob is the best sounding song to come next, but it doesn't mix well with it until like the pink and the red cue points. I don't like the way it sounds from the green and the yellow. But let me try it again hopefully without Leo's distractions. I mean, I love we stay here, stay and let me cuddle, but don't yell at me when I'm...
No more damage, no more hell. Now I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out.
I'll have this do. That's fine.
Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself.
Yeah, the yellow part sounds terrible.
Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself.
Yeah, I like it. I said I was only going to do it one last time, but Leo distracted me, so when I finally got to do it one last time, I'm going to do it one last... This is the real last time.
No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. I'm breaking out from the cell. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself. No more myself. I'm breaking out from the cell. No more damage, no more hell. Now I feel power when I hold it up. I've got the hand grenade, I'm about to save myself. Yeah, Here comes the hand grenade. Save yourself.
Sounded like shit at the first part of it, but oh my god. Let me try that. Let me try mixing it where it sounds good, which my cue points aren't at, but So we're looking at green for slob and yellow for blockchain. And just not let blockchain be heard at this point. Love it. So all right, green for slob and yellow for blockchain, I think we said. This is the only track or level 8 that I say is hard step. All right. Or maybe this 5 stars.
Welcome to the blockchain.
what about that? I've don't really get the chance to do zit 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 up down because I didn't want to just slowly fade it out, and I wasn't sure about just chopping it out. But if I sort of chop it out. That worked. I got a little distracted when knocking the thing made the mic go mute, and then it got me off my rhythm, but I'm all about that. Love it. And both of those things can start on their respective green markers. One more time just for fun, because I really liked it. How about that little filter out right before it was done? Now I'm liking the melody since I'm so into how this is sounding. Was the mic off when I said I'm just going to do this one more time with exactly that move of cutting back to blockchain when it's just the blue part, and then when the blue part's over, cutting just to short fuse. I'll play with the timing, but I think that works. Is this the time to drop a classic? I wonder if this is when I should do that. There is rapping in this song. There's vocals, and a lot of the classics that I have vocals. can't filter a smart playlist? I'm looking at my classics, and I remember they played a version of Badadan, which everyone makes fun of online, but they played like a grimy version. I gotta find what that version is. And they played Bass to Dark. I heard somebody play Bass to Dark. The thing that I went to was on Saturday, but I would love for it to be there on Friday, and then play Capone's Friday. Okay, so the song that I was gonna mix out of has a drop where there's nothing going on, so I need to cut to that and then cut over to Friday, I guess. Or I just don't do this mix, we'll see. Okay, I filtered it into the way where it's just the bass when I wanted to cut out the bass, but that was funny. That kind of worked, I guess, in its own weird way. Maybe not on a loud sound system, I don't know. Let's try it again, but cut out the bass part of it. Okay, there was a lot of things I need to do that I forgot to do that I need to remember to do. Okay, so yeah, I have to remember to bring the bass in. But when I bring it in, it feels like I'm bringing, like, in my mind, it feels like I'm bringing it on in the one, but the first bass line that I hear from the Friday is the second half of the... There's whoa, 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 whoa. That's the first one. Whoa, 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 whoa is the second one. And when I bring it up, I feel like I hear that second one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want to bring it out. Oh, yeah, I guess because, yeah, I do. I do stop it. You're right. I'm not really wild about that. When Friday drops, I want it to be the very first part of that. So maybe I try it the other way. When the drop happens, I cut out short fuse altogether rather than cutting out Friday altogether when short fuse has its little 4-beat break. Okay, cutting directly to Friday, it sounds too abrupt, and because it's like, oh, all of a sudden there's a new song playing. So, I don't know which bass should be kept, so maybe I'll just keep both basses and hear what happens. I think that's the best way to do it right there. And I'll just bring short fuse down volume a little bit before the double drop, so when it does double drop, Friday has just a bit more front and centerness to it. It's like, yes, we've reached this song now. All right, so since I now feel like I've committed to that, I'm going to do it one last time with that commitment in mind. Maybe I bring in some reverb. See, now we're at the point, like, are these songs just going on together too long? And it's like, all right, end it, end it. Yes. I don't really like that. Okay, that I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I think I can see why people sort of tease Friday, but then don't actually like. I just don't have enough time. These songs are not long enough to give me time to. I could set an auto cue, I guess. Yep, that's going to be what it is. I'm going to have to loop it. Short fuse, teasing Friday, and then going to have to figure out something else. There's vocals. Do I bring in another song with vocals? Maybe. But the vocals happen right before the next phrase. That slows it down too much. That's all rapping. Let's try this. Okay, so two cross-talking anyway. Just gonna have to end it sooner, and I just gotta be smoother with that transition. I don't like the cross-talking. Okay, note to self, maybe I will take one of these tracks, probably Short Fuse, and bring it into DJ Studio and use the stems function to remove the vocals there if it can catch them. At least for that part would be nice. Yeah, so note to self, at the second drop of Short Fuse, see if you can use DJ Studio to isolate those vocals and get rid of them and make a new track. And that's what I'll put in here. Because now we're fully in the mix, and I wanna get going. This song is da 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 da. It's just got a nice. I mean, it had a literal 4/4 boom boom boom. It's not da 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 da. You know, it's not changing things up, which I love. This is just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's just we're going. It's like a roller. We're just in it.
Live by the code, set the code, we are honor ya. Bushido, we are the warrior. Deadly, leader the back in a follower. Energy, beat up a track in a stopping car. Live by the code, set the code, we are honor ya. Yeah, chance, Kaya land, Kagan. Let them fire up the cannon.
Okay, Contraband is a possibility again, but it's still kind of calming things down, but at least it feels like a track that just keeps moving. But there is a bit of pothead smoke floating around above it. I mean, it is called Contraband. Fuck it, I'm gonna try it now. We'll just see how it sounds. I'm gonna try Contraband. Let's hope there's no more. If there's more cross talking, I can't do this 2 mixes in a row. Even if I'm removing vocals, I'll just have to change it up. I want to hear if there's any vocals. And as soon as I hear vocals, I'll bring in the other one to see if the other one's playing any vocals. Okay, they sound so. There's no double drop possibility with these. So maybe I can mix out of Way of the Samurai all the way into Contraband before Contraband even has its vocals. Oh, he just keeps rapping? Shoot. I think it's time for me to take a break. I'm going to stop my video. I think it's time for me to take a break. I'm getting too much, and I have to like work on what I've gotten to up until this point. I don't even know how many tracks I have at this point, because some tracks I decided on, tried something else, went back to this, went back to the other thing. So I don't want to plan out a whole set like this where I'm thinking of, the transition. I don't even remember how I do some of those transitions. So I'm going to take a break, stop this video. I'll post this video up, and this will just be part 2, and then when I get back to it, I'll do a part 3. So thank you for watching me plan out a set for something. I don't plan sets. I used to way back in the day when all I had was vinyl. I had to bring a limited amount of records, so I wanted to make sure that these were all records that worked with each other, because what I had is what I had. Though thankfully I would always go with my roommate who also spun drum and bass, and he had his own records, and I think occasionally we would share each other's records, I think. But nothing like we have now, so all right. Okay.